All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report today for Monday, December 16th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Cash Out Monday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Ram Report. Come and check out the Ram Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. And hopefully it could help you with your sports handicapping needs. And each and every day we talk about the 5 fundamentals of sports handicapping, which are value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we always use a strict money management system. Come and check out the Ram Report today at atsstats.com. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Also the founder of the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest, season number 12. And man, we're in for a good run here at the end. We're my handle in this contest is the Rocket. I went 5-2 this weekend, and our leader, who's been leading for what most of the season, SML Picks, got pushed back to third place this weekend. He went, let me see here. Let's see how everybody did this weekend. GSL 21, the new leader, went 5-1, and he's got one game pending tonight with Atlanta. Soccer went 4-1, a couple of games pending. I went 5-2. Basketball went 6-1. GS Wednesday handicapper went 4-3, and where's our SML? He went 4-2. Believe it or not, that's what I love about this contest. You can have a good week, but if you don't, it's all about the money.
Show me the money!
Yeah, and if you don't win your 7 and 6 star 7-unit picks, it hurts you in the contest. It really does. And he had the Chargers, which lost. Green Bay won. Arizona won. Atlanta tonight. The Jets. No, the Jets, did they cover? And then Buffalo and the Giants. So that's the new standings right now. We got, 3 more weeks to go. So we got week 16, 17, and 18. And like I said, I like where I'm positioned right now. I'm in 4th place. And that's how you want to do it, right? You want to stock. All the pressure's on these guys, to be honest. All the pressure to win this contest is on these guys, because now these guys have got to, especially GS21. He's the new leader now, so the bullseye comes off. The bullseye comes off. Was it the, where is he right here? SML Picks. Now the bullseye is off his back, and it goes to GSL 21. So we'll see how it plays out the next 3 weeks. And this is always the fun time. This is what I love about these contests, is whenever you're in the running, now it gets a little bit, every week gets a little bit more intense, and you play to win the game, right, Herm Edwards? Let's see if I still got my Herm Edwards here. Hello?
Hello? You play to win the game.
You don't play to just play.
You don't play to just play it.
Play to win.
That's the great thing about sports.
Absolutely.
You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out.
Get out.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, we're talking playoffs. Man, Bills, you guys know I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, going back to the 90s. And watching the Bills the last 2 weeks on, if you're a defensive coordinator or you're a defensive player, or if you've been involved in football and you've been on the defensive side, you're probably losing your mind watching the Bills game right now, because they're pretty much Swiss cheese on defense right now. But they're playing they're playing the Rams and they're playing the Lions, so I got to give them a little bit of break. But you want to win a Super Bowl, it starts with 2 things: run the ball, play good defense, right? You throw to score, you run to win. That's everybody knows that in football. You throw to score, you run to win. And you play good defense, because defense wins championships. But right now, the Buffalo Bills, man, the Josh Allen bandwagon just got a little bit bigger. The bandwagon bus yesterday got a little bit bigger. Josh Allen just carried that team yesterday. And, take a look at what the weapons we have on Buffalo. They're not big names, And Josh Allen is just being Josh Allen, making plays when it has to, when it makes it count. But the defense, defense, come on, man,
Cannot play with them, cannot win with them, cannot coach with them, can't do it.
Yeah, got to play some better defense. But if the Bills play some better defense, I think we'll, I don't know. We'll see what happens in Kansas City. I always say every year the Super Bowl goes through Kansas City, and if Mahomes, number 15, is now he hurt his ankle yesterday, so we'll see how much that impacts the December January games. But to be honest with you guys, I think Philadelphia is the team to beat. I think the Eagles, if you ever watch an Eagles game, they start off slow and they get stronger as the game goes on. It's unbelievable. You watch an Eagle game and they just get like they get stronger. It's like an old WKRP Cincinnati episode where Johnny Fever's drinking those shots. He's having that contest and with Venus Flytrap, and every round Johnny Fever just gets stronger and stronger. That's the Eagles. That's the Eagles right now. They're Johnny Fever, and they're catching fever right now. They're catching playoff fever.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So the Eagles look good, and had a pretty good day yesterday in my football picks. Yeah, pretty good. If you look at my contest picks yesterday, I had the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Cincinnati, Joe Cool, quarterback. Never, even though a slow start, they still came back to win. Tampa Bay, Baker, man. Baker's the guy. I love Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, if I'm starting a team tomorrow, Baker's on that team. I don't know if he's 1 or 2, right? There's a guy in Buffalo and Kansas City that are pretty good too. But I just love Baker Mayfield. Seattle, I don't know what happened to Geno Smith in that game. I went away for that game last night and I came back and Howell was the quarterback. I said, what happened to Geno here? That Buffalo, you know what happened last night in Cincinnati and Seattle? Josh Jacobs in the first quarter. That's what happened. When you run the football and you can break their will in the first quarter, and you got good coaching, what does Al Davis say? When you got good players and you got a good team, you got good coaching, you tell them one thing, right? Just win, baby. And that's what Green Bay did last night. They just won. Josh Jacob is, if you can run the football in January and February, you win Super Bowls. Buffalo, Cook looked pretty good running the ball yesterday. Had Buffalo. Miami, Tua, man, you got me, Tua. You got me. Tua is just one of those quarterbacks where you think he's back on track, and then he comes back and he does what he did yesterday. And I saw a stat where McDonald's doesn't have a really good record against teams above 500. But Tua is just, I hate to say it, not the guy. Tua's not the guy in Miami. He's just too inconsistent. And putting, there was one throw he made yesterday. The safety was right in the middle of the field. And how do you not see the safety in the middle of the field? I know that he was playing like that robber position, like in the NFL or college football when you get those 2 free safeties in cover 2, and one comes down. It's just like he's robbing the digs. But this Tua's got to see that. I know they had linebackers and the O-line in front of him, but you got to move in the pocket and you got to see where those free safeties are, because they didn't even move. The receiver wasn't even, there was not even close to being open. Anyways, Tua's got to do a better job reading defenses. That's what I've noticed yesterday with Tua. As you guys know, I coach quarterbacks. You gotta really understand where the defense is doing, where they're at, right? You see two free safeties on top, and we call it 2 in the roof. You see 2 on the roof. You got to you got to either go to the middle of the field, like over the linebackers, but the way he robbed it, they took away that, or you go to the flats. Or you go to the run game, right? A good screen game will take care of a cover 2. Because cover 2, what it does, it takes away all the deep stuff, right? And especially if the corners are playing like cover 2 lock and they're locking down the wide receivers, then really it makes it a little bit tougher, right? The way you beat cover 2 coverage in football is you run more horizontal routes, right? Tough to go vertical when you got those 2 free safeties taking out the middle of the field, especially in the NFL and college. The football field's a little bit narrow compared to a CFL field, but yeah, Tua's got to see that. Anyways, LA Rams, yeah, we had them the other night. So went 5-2 in the contest, pretty good. And at sportshub.com, the one who are sponsoring this contest, I'm doing pretty good on the leaderboard in NFL. In fact, let's go take a look at the leaders right now in the National Football League at Sports Hub. If you're a handicapper and you're looking to get monitored, this is the site you got to go. You got to go to sportshub.com and sign up. Talk to the guys over there. They'll fix you up on a website, and I'm number 5 right now. I'm the number 5 handicapper at Sports Hub, which is pretty good. I'm hitting 59% out of 100 picks, 101. So I'm 60-41. It's the network. Show me the money for my buddy, the network. How you doing there, network?
Show me the money!
Yeah, and hopefully you had a good day yesterday, network. NFL doing really good. NHL. Let's see how my NHL picks are doing. Yeah, pretty good. Hitting 59%. That must be my number, 59, right? 59% in the NHL, so enjoying that little run right now. So, yeah, you could check out my picks each and every day here at Sports Hub, or you go to the website, atsstats.com. All right, wrote some articles this week, and trying to really, when you have a website and you're trying to build things, and you're also trying to teach, right? I wrote a couple of articles on the website, and you can check it out at atsstats.com. One of the articles is called Approaching Sports Handicapping, a Logical Framework for Daily Decisions, right? How to take the logical approach in the sports handicapping. And in this article, I talk about understanding team roles. I think what one thing we don't do enough as a community is really educate the new people coming into sports handicapping. And I've said this 10 years ago to the sports books. I said, you got to understand the way the sports book works, right? They're all about numbers. They're all about new acquisitions. That's how it's about money. At the end of the day, it's about money, and that's what it's all about for them. They need players, because if they have players and they last a week or two, then they're done, and then they never get them back. It's because they didn't have a good experience. And you know what players good? You know how you fix a player's good experience?
I want winners.
Give them winners. You give players winners, and they'll stick around, right? But the sports books never caught on to that. The sports book, they want dummies. That's it. At the end of the day, they want people that's going to put in $100 on a weekend, lose it, and then hopefully they come back and just keep losing their mony. But at the end of the day, if you're doing sports handicapping, you're in this to win. You're in this to you play to win, right? As I said at the top of the show, Herm Edwards.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Yeah, you don't play to just play. You play to win. And I told the sports books many years ago, this, as you guys know, I'm in this industry now 28 years, and I said, you want to keep your players? Educate them. It's like addiction, right? Alcoholism. It's like you teach people about their addiction, and then they'll take the right steps to get better. And it's just like sports handicapping. You want players, you want to keep your players, and you want to keep them happy. Teach them how to win. Teach them how to have a good experience at sports handicapping. Teach them money management. Teach them the fundamentals of sports handicapping. And some of those fundamentals are understanding the team roles that players are in, right? I mean, teams are in. You got a home favorite, you got a home underdog, you got a road favorite, you got a road underdog. And each one of these categories comes with a percentage play, right? And if I do a real quick math, in fact, let me go to my ATS stats and give you guys some quick math on the. I'll do NBA. Let me go to my ATS standings, and this will give you a little understanding on team roles, right? And I know you guys are probably watching. He's ranting again. Hey, actually, you know what? NFL is pretty good there. You know what? Let me keep this in the NFL. The NFL is a good one. All right. So if you look at the team roles, home favorites in the National Football League this year. They're winning 65% of their games straight up and covering 48%, right? Big difference. Home underdogs only winning 28% of their games, covering 41.3. Road favorites winning 72% of their games. Holy cow, where's my Harry Carey?
Holy cow!
Wow, that's a good number. Okay, that's a good number. Road favorites NFL this year are winning 72% of their games, and we're only covering 54%. This is the column the sportsbook want. They want this all yellow. They want them at 50%, right? So that way they get their money in the middle. And road underdogs only winning 34%. Home underdogs 28, road underdogs 34. That doesn't add up when you do the math, right? Who would you think would have a better role of winning their games? Home underdogs or road underdogs, right? You would think the home underdogs would have the 34%, but nope. Then they're only covering 50%. So road favorites covering 54, home favorites coming 48, and home underdogs 41. So home teams, and this is the psychological edge that I'm really trying to convey here, is that whenever time you talk about roles of teams and their situation as a home favorite, home underdog, road favorite, road underdog, there's a market psychology effect to that, right? And if you look at the Raymond report, so let me go inside my Raymond report, and I'll do NBA, and I'll do the game number 1. So you got home underdogs. In fact, let me go back to. Did I take it off? All right, let me do this. Let me go here. Go ATS standings, since we're doing the NBA, and then I'll get into some NBA handicapping. I got some good numbers for you guys this morning. I got some good information that hopefully it's going to help you guys. All right, let's go to NBA. And while the wheels are spinning, I'll just say good morning to the crew. Kryptonian Nolan says, yeah, top of the day, Eagles. You were right on the Bills. Yeah, you know what, Buffalo. The reason why I took Buffalo this weekend is because they're battle tested. Detroit, this is all new to them. You know, the Dan Campbell, Detroit Lions. I knew going in this weekend that this is the biggest game of the year for them, right? In football, we always tell our players, you know what the biggest game in football is? It's the next game. The biggest play in football is the next play, but the biggest game in football is the next game. And I knew going into this game that Buffalo, the way they've played the Kansas City Chiefs the last couple of years, the way they played the Rams the week before, like you look at the Buffalo Bills the last couple of years, they're battle tested for that moment yesterday. And I knew going in that this was going to be a game. This would be a game that the Lions would struggle with mentally, because when you got a player of the caliber of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, these kind of alpha type players who doesn't phase them, like it's not their first rodeo. I knew yesterday Jared Goff, that would be a big game for him. He played well. Hey, Jared Goff played well. I think both defenses were awful. They didn't have an answer in the moment for for either team's offense. And being a football guy myself, and I know that feeling. And if you're a football coordinator out there, offense coordinator, defense coordinator, I'm sure you can relate yesterday what was going on in Buffalo and Detroit between that game between the Lions and the Bills. Because if you're ever involved in a football game and you don't know what's going on, and you're asking people in the booth, what are you seeing? And you're asking players, what are they doing? And until you can actually sit down and watch film to see what's happening, to do that during the game and process it and then make an adjustment during the game is what's going to make you earn your paycheck. And yesterday, both defensive coordinators did not make the right adjustments throughout the game to really slow down each other's offense, because it was a 7-on-7 game out there yesterday. You watched, the Lions went on the field, they just marched down the field. The Bills got on the field, they marched down the field. And everybody I'm reading on Twitter, everybody's a little upset with Dan Campbell, saying you got out coach, you got out this, you got out that. No, Dan Campbell knew. You know what Dan Campbell knew yesterday? He knew his defense was shit in the bed. That's what he knew. Okay? He goes, and same thing with Buffalo. Like, we got to get our offense back out there. I think that's why he went for the onside kick with like 12 minutes to go, is because he knew at the end of the day, his defensive coordinator could not stop that offense, and he needed to take every gamble and risk to get points. So at the end of the day, it was a shootout. That was Texas Tech, Oklahoma Sooners back about 5 years ago when Mike Leach was at Texas Tech. right? That's what that was yesterday. That was a the Red River Shootout, right? It's called back in the day with was it Oklahoma and Texas? That was like an old Big 12 shootout yesterday in Detroit, and neither defenses had an answer to stop each other's offense. So hey, say what you want about Dan Campbell. Yesterday, that was a learning thing for him, and I think what they learned yesterday in big games, your big players got to make big plays in big games, and Buffalo's big players made more big plays. That's at the end of the line.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
So there you go. There's a Ron rant today. Anyways, back on. Hey, how the hell did I get from NBA to Dan Campbell? Hey, oh well. You know how this show goes, right? All right. So what I was talking about: home favorites, home underdogs, road favorites, road underdogs. And when you look at the roles in the Ram report, I give you guys this right here: home favorites, home underdogs, road favorites, road underdogs. And you got to look at the roles the teams are coming in and see how they act in that role. Like yesterday, we saw how Detroit acted as a home favorite against Buffalo. What if Detroit was a home underdog at home against Buffalo? You see how the psychology changes, the line changes, everything changes. And that's why these betting roles that I talk about here, understanding team roles, once you understand these four situational roles that teams are in, you'll get a better understanding on how you should approach your handicapping towards that game. It's the way it is. Key betting indicators, all right, in the Ram report, we talk about the percentage play, chance of covering, chance of game going over, the law of average. You guys know I'm a law of average guy, and when I look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, so I'm just going to get into this right here. I'm going to bring this over here. Let's go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And normally when I bring that up, I got to give you the opening bell. All right, so when you look at the SBI for NBA today, when we're handicapping the NBA, I've already done my homework, so this is why I'm a little late today, is because I got to do more of this. I need more prep time to get on these shows, so that way when I come on here, I get on these rants that you guys probably hate. It's like some of you guys like, you know what, shut up, just get to the game. But you know what, hey, it's we gotta talk about this, because when you get into everyday handicapping, you got to know what you're looking for today. It's the old adage I keep saying all the time, right? I know it sounds like a broken record, but what goes up must come down. And if you look at the NBA totals the last 7 days, now keep in mind, there's you had the NBA Cup, so there's not a lot of volume in these games. I'm aware of that, but 84.7% of the games in the NBA have gone under the last 7 days. So you know what I'm looking for today? I'm looking for NBA overs, all right? And I'm looking for favorites in the NBA, because 58.9% of NBA favorites against the point spread have come in for the dog, right? So I'm looking today in the NBA, we're going to look for overs, and we're looking for small favorites, right? I think small favorites, but I didn't see a lot of small favorites. I got one favorite. I don't think you'll like the line, but it is what it is. The price is what the price is. Hey, the price is right or the price is wrong. NHL, and I said this over the weekend. If you go to my Twitter feed, I said you notice it was just a matter of time before the 6.5s would start getting off the boards. And if you follow the NHL like I do, this weekend, I had a pretty good weekend in the NHL. In fact, when I look at my picks this weekend in the NHL, I picked a lot of overs. In fact, I had Buffalo over, that one. Islanders over, that one. I had the Ottawa Senators on Saturday, that one. I did have the under in the Dallas game, but I had the over in Florida, that loss. But pretty good weekend overall in the NHL. And I had the over in the Montreal game on Saturday. So this the last couple of days, I was looking at overs in the NHL, and I'm still going to be looking at overs, because we're in an overs market now. We're in an overbought unders market. If you look at the NHL last 7 days, 66.7% of the NHL games have gone under. So what does that tell you? Correction time, right? If you're in the stock market, you know about correction. And it's the same thing in sports betting. You're looking for correction, and how are you going to approach today's correction in the NHL. All right, back to the article. Recognizing market trends, right? You got to look at trends in the, as I say on this show all the time, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. Trends are just indicators, right? And this is why I post this. So this way you have some type of sentiment towards market trends. And like I said in the article, market conditions sentiments fluctuate daily based on team performance, public perception, and recent outcomes. And that includes performance cycles on the PVI and the market spread value index. Situational analysis. So I always like to look at, how home or road teams' performance are doing. Strength of schedule is a big one, and a team's recent form, right? And that's why I'm a cyclical handicapper. I tell you if a team is like bullish, bearish, or neutral, because I don't really follow, or I follow trends. If you look here, like if you go to the trends report, I'm not one of those handicappers, and that's the beauty about sports handicapping. Everybody's building their own robot on what they perceive is, it's going to help them win. I like trends. I don't love trends. All right. I like trends. I don't love trends. Like Oklahoma City, 5 ATS wins in a row. Spurs, 5 ATS losses in a row. Portland's on a 6-game losing streak, and over-unders 4-game over streak for Utah. It's important because to me it's important for another reason. It tells me correction. When a team wins all the time, eventually the correction's coming, right? The hiccup. And that's what like Chip Kelly says in his make him burp. Eh? You got to make him burp. You're probably saying, what the hell is he talking about? So Chip Kelly, if you're, I like to watch a lot of coaches clinics, and Chip Kelly talks about the inside zone read when you're reading the defensive end. He says you got to make him burp. And what make him burp means is that when you're doing a zone read, let's say you're reading the defensive end. And if he crashes, you pull, and if he sits, you give to the running back, right? So Chip Kelly says in his conference, he goes, you got to make them burp. Burping means they freeze. You got to make them freeze, right? So they're burping. I thought that was pretty funny. All right, situational analysis. Yeah, we talked about that. And daily market adjustments. Yeah, monitor line movements. I'm working on a new tool right now at ATS. It's I don't want to give it out, but it's I think you're gonna like this. It's gonna be a tool that'll be here on the YouTube channel too. Anyway, once I get closer to releasing that new feature, I'll talk about more. Track situational stats. Look at recent team performance under specific conditions, back-to-back games. We almost lost it this weekend. I had Ottawa in the. I think Ottawa's going through a good little stretch right now. And when you get this feel for a team, you ever do that? You follow a certain team, and you get this feel for the team, and like anything you say or pick, you just can't go wrong. That's the way I feel about the Sens right now. I know Allmark got a nice, he's back from his injuries and he's having a nice little run right now. But Pittsburgh is just one of those teams. I think they beat the beatables, but they struggle against contenders, right? And I really liked Ottawa this weekend. Got a little hairy, and that's where you saw the Sens in the third period. Those back-to-back games are tough in the NHL. NHL teams that play back-to-back games, that second game, you can tell they got the spaghetti legs in the third period, right? When you look at a team, check out, and they're playing the second game in back-to-back nights, check their energy level in the third period. You'll see a lot of dump and chase, a lot of icings, a lot of goalies holding the puck, is because the team's tired, and that was Ottawa. Ottawa on Saturday night was like, hey, man, let's just get to overtime. Like, I'm looking at Shabbat, and I'm looking at even Kachuk and Stützle. I'm like, these guys are gassed. Like, they got caught in the game. Like, if you watch that game Saturday night between the Penguins and the Senators, Stützle and Kachuk got caught on the on 2-minute shifts. You can't take 2-minute shifts in the NHL. You take 2-minute shifts, the teams, when the line is tired and then the team has the puck in their zone and they're just cycling, you're like, oh shit, we're screwed here. We're screwed. Hey, they're gonna score a goal here, and we got lucky. Hey, it's good to be lucky sometimes. What's up, Lex Steele, the man of steel?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Hey, it's a Monday morning rant. I'm on a roll today, I think. Eh? Normally I just get right into it, but today I feel like old guy waving his fist at cloud. But daily focus, intuition, and feel. To me, that's the biggest one. How do you guys feel about that? Like you got to watch games. I say it all the time. You can't be a standings handicapper. And what I mean by that is that you can't just watch standings, right? You can't just look at the standings and say, oh, you know what? You can't be that guy or girl. You can't look at this and say, oh, Winnipeg is 22-10. Yeah, they're going to kill them. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? You got to take, the field. You got to take all the information and then summarize it, analyze it, and then, like I tell my quarterbacks all the time, when you make a decision, marry it, don't date it, right? And that's the same thing in sports betting. Once you've analyzed and you reviewed all your picks and you think you got a grasp on it, then stick with it, right? Assess the situation, and sometimes you got to adjust the puzzles, right? Sometimes when the puzzle doesn't fit, and you got to make the adjustments. It's like I said about Dan Campbell this weekend. There's defense, both coordinators in the Bills Lions game. Both coordinators' adjustments at halftime were awful. You know, you want to know you want to know when you have a great football coach is what they do at halftime during adjustments. That's the secret to great coaches. That's why Tomlin's one of the best coaches in the NFL. Is what do they do at halftime for adjustments? All right, even though they lost yesterday in Philly, but what did I tell you guys last week, right? I told you guys last week the Steelers have never won a game in Philadelphia. I can't believe it. They're 0-6 lifetime in Philly. That's one of those stats that just makes me go crazy because you're on a roll. Yeah, I know. I'm on a roll today. I need water. Hey? Need one of those, hey? You ever seen the football game, the water boy or the water girl? They're always sticking the water bottle in the player's face after you drop the ball. Imagine that. You just dropped a touchdown pass. You get called off. You go to the sideline, and there's the water boy or water girl. Want some water? Sticking a water ball in your face. Get that damn water ball in my face. I just dropped a friggin' touchdown. But hey, I know that's their role, and they do a great job. But timing. Hey, come on, guys. Read the room. Read the room sometimes. It's all about timing. Oh, God, it's funny. All right, daily steps. Analyze team roles. Check for key indicators. Monitor market trends. Evaluate situational stats. And trust your intuitions. Trust your intuitions. Oh, there's my... Are we back? Are we off? Man, I thought we were gone again. Hey, did you guys see the circle of death there in my YouTube channel? Hey, that little circle of death drives me nuts. I keep saying I'm going to take my computer to Geek Squad, but I never have the time. I got to make time. All right, speaking of time, it's time to... let's get ready to rumble. What do you think? Hey, NBA? Pump it up. Move it. All right, let's move it. Let's go to the Heat against the Pistons. Now we're looking for overs, favorites, small favorites today. So the SBI tells me today, Ron, we got to look for small favorites, and we're looking for overs. So looking at this game between the Heat and the Pistons, and you can see the Heat. Actually, you know what? Let me go to my report card. NBA. All right, so Miami, a B-type team against a C-type team. 68% chance of winning. 8-4 at home, 5-6 on the road. So Miami not that great on the road. Detroit 4-7. Bears cycle right now. I did have the line at -5 for Miami. So if you like Miami, you are getting fair market value. And line's a little high though. The line is minus. Oh, it's not too bad. 177 on the money line. I'm gonna go Miami money line today against Detroit, and for beer and pizza money. Not a big play. You know, they're Bears 4 days. Miami 7-3 in Detroit last 10 visits, and they're only 5-6 though straight out. So that's why it's not a huge play for me. But I don't think Detroit's playing their best basketball right now. They're only 4-7 at home and 2-8 in the last 10 against Miami. So give me Miami on the money line, and we're looking for favorites. Charlotte against Philadelphia. Don't like this game. I'm not going to touch it. Embiid now out. You got -3 against C on C-type crime. So you got two teams below 500, and you can see Philadelphia only 6-3 against teams below 500, where Charlotte is 7-6. If they were neutral or favorite, I would probably take them ATS, but I'm going to pass. Chicago, Toronto, another C-on-C type crime game. You got 117.9 and 117.5 favoring Chicago, so our numbers are very tight on this game. Neutral 28 days, and then you got bearish 4 days for the Raptors. So Raptors, and again, Raptors can't stay healthy. Hey, Scotty Barnes out again with his ankle. Who else is out for Toronto? Actually, Scotty Barnes, out. Quigley's out. Quigley's been out most of the year. Toronto's they're like a YMCA team right now. I'm gonna go over the total here tonight. I think there's no defense in the Chicago plays no defense. I'm gonna go Chicago, Toronto over, and it might be a premium pick. Cleveland, Brooklyn. Now, this is a big line, -10. Butler on way out. Cade is healthy. Both teams off of losses. Lex Luthor. I was gonna call you Lex Luthor. I like Pistons and Hornet today. It says Lex Steele. Yeah, I'm not on there. I can't get with you with that one. Cleveland -10. I got 113, 103. I got my numbers right there also. I got -807 as my value index. Bullish 3 days. Bearish 3 days. I like Cleveland. If you're going to play this, I'm not playing it because I'm not laying 10 points. But I think Cleveland is the play. All right? I think Cleveland is the play, but it's too it's a little bit overvalued. But we're in a favorites market, right? So if you're looking for my opinion on this game, Cleveland -10, but I'm not laying 10. Denver, Sacramento. Interesting line, -1.5. And now it's up to 2 at Bookmaker. I like the over in this game. I'm going to play this one over the total. I got a 118, 119 final favoring Sacramento, so our forecast is right on the number. If you like Denver, our Cal's at 44%. Denver does, they're not that great against B-type teams. 4-5, but look at Sacramento, 1-5. Sacramento beats the beatables, but they struggle against teams with winning records, right? Same thing with Denver. So Denver away from home. Let's see how Denver does in Sacramento. Denver in Sacramento. 4-6 straight up in ATS. Playing on 2 days rest. NBA road teams and road underdogs on 2 days rest. If they're picking the +3, they're only 2-7 against the number. 2-7. Denver's 8-4 on the road this year to the over. Sacramento's 8-5 to the over. And I do have a look at that. I got 27 trends to the over compared to 2 unders. Give me the over today between the Denver Nuggets and the Sacramento Kings. And as Stone Cold would say.
And that's the bottom line.
No, sorry, I meant the Hawk.
You can put it on the board, yeah.
All right, last game is the game between the Utah Jazz and the LA Clippers. -8.5 is the line. I got a 117, 107 final in my computer pick. 77% chance of winning, 25% for Utah. Bears 27 days, neutral 12 days. And I'm going to lean towards the over. Don't love the, like the over, don't love the over. If I look at some of the stats right here, see, 1-5 against C-type teams at home. 5-10. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass on this number. I'm not going to touch this game. So, recap, NBA. I like Chicago, Toronto over. And I like Denver, Sacramento over. And you can put that on the board.
You can put it on the board, yeah.
All right, let's go to NHL. We're having a good year. Hitting 60%, 59% of my NHL hockey picks. And just feel like I'm in the zone right now, the NHL. Having a good run. All right, let's check out our system. Let's go to our home favorites coming off a... so, as you guys know, this system has hit about 60% last 10 years. And you're saying, what system are you talking about? NHL home favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. Current season. 29-15. Yeah, that's pretty good in my books. And if they're coming off a 2-goal loss, I think it's better. It's not working. Yeah, I got to fix that. For some reason, let me do home teams. 35 and 23. How about just favorites? Yeah, I gotta fix that. I gotta get the programmer to fix that. For some reason, it's stuck. 35 and 18. I remember that for last year. It was hitting. Yeah, it's still hitting. Here's Scotty. Scotty Christensen is in the house.
Yeah, baby.
Like Bulls money line and over, Nuggets money line and over, says Daryl Turner and his other brother Daryl. Yeah, I do like the. I don't know if this fits anybody here tonight. Let me see. NHL. Any favorites coming off a 1-goal loss? I don't think so. I don't think we got any tonight. Let me take a look. Favorites off a 1-goal win, Dallas. Favorite coming off a 3-goal win, and then you got a favorite coming off. So yeah, the system is not live tonight. All right, let's get to the NHL. I got some good picks for you guys. I think you'll want to hear this. Hey, Gary Bettman, fit no one in NHL. Yeah, not tonight. Not tonight. Like the Oilers money cap. All right, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna have to say then, Daryl. All right, let's go to game number 1, Washington, Dallas. I'm going to use the Rain Report for this one. Let's take out the big sheet. Hey, let's take out the big sheet for this one. Washington against Dallas. There's your game of the night. That is the game. Oh, the Vancouver game is pretty good too. Actually, we got really 3 good games. All right, Washington taking on the Dallas Stars. Dallas minus 149. And you look at the line. I had minus 129. This line went up. I had this line at 141 this morning. And what's bookmaker showing? 158. Wow. Way overvalued. This line is out of whack. And I'll tell you why I think it's out of whack. Look at Dallas's record against teams with winning records. 2-5 against teams with 60 or higher. 3-2 against teams with a 50 to 59.9, and 12-4 against the beatables. Dallas has only played 7 games against teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. They're 2-5. 3-2 against the even Stevens, but 12-4 against the beatables. They've faced 16 teams. That's why they have a good record, I believe, is because they haven't played a lot of high-end competition, right? That's 7, and that's 5. That's 12. So they played 12 teams compared to 16 teams with the C-type teams, where Washington, 7-2 against the beatables, 5-4 against, not the beatables, the A-type teams, 5-4 against the B-type teams, and 9-2 against the beatables. So going in tonight, I think Dallas is not playing great hockey right now. If they can be had, it's tonight. I'm going Washington Capitals tonight, and I'm going to take the puck line. I'm going to lay 182. Why not? I think they can win straight up, but I'll take that Geico insurance, and I'm going to go Washington puck line minus 182, and you can put that one on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
Florida, Edmonton, and looking at this game, the Edmonton Oilers coming in, having a good run, right? Having a good run. I'm on Florida. I'll tell you why in a minute. Let's take a look at the Florida Panthers right now. A 2-game losing streak, just where we want them. 9-7 on the road this year. Edmonton 9-7. Florida's 5-5 last 10 against the Oilers, right? And this is a Stanley Cup replay, right? A rematch. So you know that Edmonton's going to want to bring their A game. But when a team owns you, well, I do know. I think Florida owns the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers right now 9-7 at home, 4-6 last 10 against the Panthers. But the number that really strikes me, where did I have that number? A-type teams. Look at the Florida Panthers. When the Panthers play a team with a 60 or higher win percentage, they are 9-3 in the year, where Edmonton is 3-5. For some reason, the Florida Panthers, anytime they play a team below 500, mediocre hockey, right? They don't bring their A game to those. Mentally, they're like checked out. But as soon as they play a great team like Edmonton, it's as if their veteran players step up. And that's the opposite for Edmonton. They're 3-5 against teams with 60 or higher win percentage. So if I go with that pattern and I look at, Florida, didn't have a good last game. Who they play? Vancouver or Calgary? Lost 3-0. I don't think that's going to happen tonight. I'm going to go with the Florida Panthers tonight against Edmonton. And what's the money line? Yeah, I'm going to take straight up underdog plus 107. Give me the Florida Panthers tonight over Edmonton, but I like the over a lot better. If you're going to play this game here tonight, I think over is where you want to go. I think we're in an overs market. I see a 4-3 win tonight for Florida, and I'm going to go Edmonton, Florida, over the total, but I do like Florida to win tonight. And let's see. And they're 8-2 to the over last 10-6 on the road. I'm going to go over the total tonight in Edmonton, and you can put that on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to the last game. And the last game is Colorado against Vancouver. Canucks are only 2-4 against A-type teams, 3-2 against the Bees. And they are 10-6 against C-type teams. So another situation like Dallas where they played a lot of teams below 500, but haven't played a lot of the good teams, right? Colorado, a little bit of the opposite. 7-5 against the A's, 3-3 against the B's, and 8-5 against the C's. I'm going to go Colorado tonight, but the over. I think Colorado over is where you want to go. But because we're in an overs market, we're in an overbought unders market right now. I think there's too many games going under the total. I think the bookmaker's trying to get the number down to a manageable level at the SBI. So when I look at the SBI, the sports betting index, we are way overbought in unders. Look at this. NHL unders, last 7 days, 66%. We're 55% of the year. The bookmakers don't want that. They want 50-50. Bet the over. 5.5. This should be a 6 or 6.5 puck line. But the bookmakers know in order to get the number back to a manageable situation, they got to bring this number down. We're kind of lucky right now this time of year that we're getting 5.5 on this game. I think when you look at the history between these two teams, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. Like, this is, to me, let's go over the total. So, recap, I'm going to go Dallas, Washington, give me the Capitals. Florida, Edmonton, give me the over. And then Colorado, Vancouver, give me the over. And hopefully we can put some cash in your pocket. Hey, where's my good friend Stone Cold here?
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, do you like any overs in the NFL tonight? You know what? I've already handicapped Week 15, so I can't. If there's a reason why I didn't take any of these teams to make the NFL Week 15, it's because they didn't make the cut. So no, I don't like any of these games tonight. Chicago. What Chicago Bears team is going to show up? Is it the Chicago Bears team that gave Detroit a run for their money on Thanksgiving, or is it a Chicago Bears team that's been tanking the last 7 weeks? Right, got their coach fired. I don't think you can trust the Bears. Caleb Williams playing like a rookie, which is expected, right? He's a rookie quarterback and he's getting introduced to the speed of the NFL game. So I don't think you touch this game. I wouldn't touch the division game. So you never know what happens in division games, right? You look at the history between these two teams, 5-5 last 10 meetings. Yeah, so I don't think you can touch this game tonight. And I think the Vikings are just, they're like Kansas City in a sense where they're just getting away with just out-coaching teams, right? They're in tight in some games, but they're out-coaching teams right now. And for the Raiders and the Falcons, two teams are just, it's not a Monday night, it's not a Monday night ratings bonanza here, right? So you got a Raiders team that is 2-11 against a Falcon team that's 6-7. And remember at the beginning of the year they were talking about the Falcons going to be a playoff type team. Hey,
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, not happening. I don't like this game either. So yeah, when in doubt, get out. I don't like any of these games tonight in the NFL. And I think sometimes you just got to take it for what it is. Just a night. If you're going to make money, make it money in NHL or NBA. I think NHL has more value tonight in betting the pucks. But I've made my money this week in the NFL, and that's when you're a veteran handicapper. These Monday night games are nothing but chasers. These are chaser games, right? Let's say you lost your shirt on the weekend. Don't chase Monday night games, because once you start betting and chasing Monday night games, you're not gonna have a lot of fun. You're not gonna have a lot of fun, and it's a tough one. If you like that plus money, then Panthers on regular, says Lex Steele. Desmond Ryder for Raiders revenge game. Desmond Ryder doesn't have enough experience to be in a revenge spot in NFL, Daryl. Hey, he's just trying to figure things out right now. He's just trying to stay on an NFL team. We'll see if Desmond Ryder's still on an NFL team. I don't think, you look at the starting quarterbacks tonight, Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, Ryder. These aren't your A-listers, right? Let me check out the injury report. All right, so anyways, you got Aiden O'Connell. It's questionable tonight. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys, are you guys betting this game? I just don't see how the Bears have a snowball chance to hell cover. Hey, you can tell it's wintertime. People are talking snowballs. Hey. That's it. All right, computer pick. We did 24-18, but again, I've already handicapped these games, and if this is like trying to find a needle in the haystack, I don't force plays. You guys know me. I don't. When in doubt, get out. Don't force it, and live another day. That's how you stay in this game. Yeah, no problem, Daryl. All right, guys, that's a wrap.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, pitchers and catchers reporting yet?
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
Army loss, yeah. Well, I'm a Navy guy. I served in the Navy, so I was cheering on Navy. But I'll tell you, as a football coach, watching that game, I just look at the trenches. When I watch an Army-Navy game, I just watch trenches. I want to see how the schematics, like how they're scheming and how they're attacking the fronts. You watch an Army-Navy game, it's like a veer option. It's like a veer option football clinic, right? It's like dive, option, power, quarterback follow, buck sweep, trap. That's all Army-Navy games are about, right? Pop passes. Saw a nice pop pass though. Some good stuff right there. All right, guys, I'll be back on a Ruby Tuesday. Hey, don't forget, new price now at ATS Stats. For a 1-year membership, that's right, a 1-year membership. We had such great success with our promo last week. I said, you know what? Give the people what they want. They want $49.99 for the year. Well, then that's what they're going to get. That's the new price right now for a 1-year membership at ATS. $49.99, and you get the entire website for 1 year for only that price. $4.99 for the week. If you want to kick the tires, see what we have to offer, check it out. $4.99. $19.99 for the month. But here's the best deal. $49 for 1 year, and you get access to the entire website, all the articles, and everything here on the website. And all the horse racing fans, if you're new to horse racing, I'm doing a 20-part series on horse racing. It's called The Funny Finish Line with Trackside Ted. Hey, I think horse racing always needs those characters, right? Trackside Ted. If you want a nickname in horse racing, that's what you want your nickname to be, right? Trackside Ted. Go to the track. Hey, where's Trackside? He's over there by the wire. And speaking of the wire, I'll be there a couple of weeks at Gulfstream Park. Hello, friends. All right, guys, have yourself lose on Seahawks too because of Geno injured. Yeah, Geno. I didn't see what happened, but that wasn't fun. Vikings will win. Falcons will win. Both need the games. Says Lex Steele, the man of steel. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you back tomorrow on another edition of the Raymond Report. Cheers.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful